Welcome back sa ating Law on Obligations and Contract series at nandito na nga tayo sa second to the last defective contracts, which is the unenforceable contracts under the Civil Code 1403 to 1408. So before tayo mag-proceed, subscribe to our channel para updated kayo sa ating mga future videos. Okay, so let's get on with unenforceable contracts. So last time sinabi natin na ipa-flash natin ng paulit-ulit to para hindi natin makalimutan. Okay, so hanapin ko lang yung aking highlighter. Okay, so ayan. Nandito na nga tayo sa second to the last defective contract, which is unenforceable contract. Last time nabanggit natin kung ano nga ba ang rescissible and voidable contract. At medyo may pagkakahawig itong dalawang to. Okay, dahil naka-check sila lahat. Valid sila, binding sila, enforceable sila. Pero this time, medyo magkakaroon ng pagbabago. Ang defective contract na unenforceable contract ay valid lang pero hindi siya binding at hindi rin siya enforceable. Okay? So let's proceed to this next table. So bakit nga ba defective ang isang unenforceable contract? So nandito, lack of authority or form. Okay? So yan yung parang kumbaga main reasons kung bakit defective ang isang unenforceable contract. So can it be ratified? So the answer is yes. Okay? Kung mapapansin nyo, balikan natin to. Okay? Ang tanging pagkakaiba lang ng unenforceable contract from a void contract ay ito ay nananatiling valid. However, void contracts are invalid. Kaya nga void. Okay? So, dahil nananatiling valid ang isang unenforceable contract, meron pa ring chance, okay, na ma-cure yung defect nito. Okay? Kaya, pwede pa rin siyang i-ratify. Okay? Yun ang pagkakaiba niya from a void contract, which cannot be ratified because in the first place, hindi siya valid. Or pag sinabi natin void contract, there's no contract at all. Okay? So what are the applicable provisions under unenforceable contract? Primarily, we have Article 1403. Binabanggit ng article na ito lahat ng mga contracts that are unenforceable. At maya-maya, tatalakayin natin tong mga ito. Next, last time, medyo tinignan din natin tong mga remedies to avoid these defective contracts. So, dun sa unang dalawang defective contract natin, which is rescissible and voidable, meron tayong mga ways to avoid. So, nandito, di ba? Rescission when it comes to rescissible contract. Pag sinabi nating avoid, i-invalidate natin yung contract. So, ang isang rescissible contract ay ma-invalidate kapag ito ay ni-rescind. Ang voidable contract naman, ito ay ma-invalidate kapag ito ay na-annul. Okay? However, unenforceable and void contracts need not to be avoided or invalidated or alisan ng effect. Okay? Dahil, in the first place, unenforceable and void contracts ay walang effect. So, balikan natin. Walang effect. So, ito yun. Okay? Hindi siya binding, hindi siya enforceable. Okay? So, ang tanging, inuulit ko, ang tanging pagkakaiba lang between unenforceable contract at void contract ay yung chance na yung unenforceable contract maging perfectly valid contract via ratification. Okay? Kaya nga, yes pa rin yan. However, void contracts can never be ratified. There's no, parang kumbaga, walang exemption dito. Okay? This is an absolute rule. Hindi po pwedeng ma-ratify ang void contract dahil walang pwedeng i-ratify. Okay? So, proceed na tayo sa ating unenforceable contract. Okay? What makes a contract unenforceable? So, pasisimplihin natin yung Article 1403, we have actually 3. Okay? This this situation or itong mga nakalista dito, 1, 2, 3, ay mga reasons kung bakit nagiging unenforceable ang isang contract. Okay? So, unahin natin number 1, unauthorized contracts. Okay? Lahat ng mga contracts entered, okay, into the name. Okay? Contracts entered using the name of another person which is not authorized are unenforceable contracts. Okay? Number 2, both parties are incapacitated. Okay? Ang pagkakaiba nito from voidable contract, yung voidable kasi isa lang ang incapacitated. Yung kabilang party capacitated. So voidable contract 'yon. However, kapag both parties na ang incapacitated, magiging unenforceable na yung contract natin. And lastly, yung mga transactions that are mentioned under the statute of frauds kapag sila ay nag-enter ka sa mga transaction na ito orally. Okay? Orally. Pag sinabi nating orally, salita lang. Walang written contract. Okay? So, unahin natin yung unauthorized contract para mas malinawan tayo dun sa sinasabi natin kanina. Okay. So, isa itong example, actually dalawang examples natin ng unauthorized contracts dito. Okay? Actually, ito lang ang example natin yung una. Yung pangalawa, ang tanong is, pasok pa rin ba ito sa tinutukoy nating unauthorized contract? Okay? So, unahin muna natin yung una. A, representing himself as agent of P, sold P's land to B. So, basically dito, okay, nakikipag-transact si A with B. Pero, okay, nire-represent niya si P. So, meaning si A, agent lang ni P. At si P pa rin ang nakikipag-transact kay B legally. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Kumbaga, extension lang ng personality ni P si A. So, in this case, inuulit ko, ang talagang nakikipag-transact, okay, ay si P at si B. Pero ang tanong, authorized nga ba talaga si A na ibenta yung property ni P? Okay, if hindi siya authorized, ito pong contract between P and B is unenforceable. So, meaning, pag sinabi natin unenforceable, neither P nor B can demand anything from each other. Ibig sabihin, si B, hindi niya pwedeng i-demand yung delivery ng land. Ganon din si P, hindi niya pwedeng i-demand yung payment from B kasi unenforceable yung contract nila kung hindi inauthorize talaga ni P si A na ibenta yung kanyang property. Okay? So this is an example of unauthorized contracts that results to an unenforceable contract. Okay. Punta naman tayo dito sa pangalawa. A sold P's land to B. So, ang pagkakaiba nito, itong pangalawang example natin dito, binenta niya siya not in the name of P, but in his own name. So, ang tanong, is this considered to be an unauthorized contract which will result eventually to an enforceable contract? The answer is no. Okay? Actually, kapag ganito lang mismo yung nakasulat, this is valid. Okay? This is valid because kapag mag-aaralan natin under contract of sale, which is hindi pa natin naaabot ngayon kasi nasa oblicon pa lang tayo, kapag pinuntahan natin yung rules sa contract of sale, ang pinaka-requisite doon ay hindi necessarily owner dapat si A ng binibenta niyang object. Okay? So, ang binibenta niya kasi yung land ni P. Okay? Pero kapag sale kasi, hindi naman necessarily dapat sa'yo or ikaw ang owner ng binebenta mo. Ang importante dito is kapag i-deliver mo na yung LAN kay B or yung binebenta mo, dapat meron kang right to transfer ownership. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dito is actually kapag required na si A na i-deliver yung LAN kay B at nananatiling pagmamayari pa rin ito ni P, the contract between A and B has no effect. So therefore, wala, hindi siya valid. Okay, void siya. However, ganito, what if the contract of sale between A and B, meron siyang condition wherein hindi mo na kaagad i-deliver ni A yung LAN kay B. Okay? So, possible ba na maging valid pa yung contract of sale dito? The answer is yes. Okay, the answer is yes kasi hindi pa naman required i-deliver. Ang requisite natin under the contract of sale, okay, dapat meron kang right to transfer the ownership at the time of delivery. Pero hindi pa naman dumarating yung time of delivery. So therefore, kapag ganun yung situation sa contract between A and B, ang mangyayari is meron pang time or meron pang opportunity si A na makuha or makakuha ng right to transfer the ownership of P's LAN. Malay nyo, di ba? Bago dumating yung date of delivery, mabili niya kay P yung lupa. So, essentially, sa kanya na yung lupa. So, valid na yung pagbebenta niya kay B. Or, let's say, may utang pala si P kay A. Tapos, parang kumbaga naka-mortgage pala yung LAN at na-foreclose siya. Parang ganun. Pero syempre, in no case pala na mapupunta kay A yung LAN kasi ang tawag na doon ay pactum commissorum. So, ignore nyo na lang yun. Medyo malayong topic pa yun. Okay? So, ang bottom line is, may chance pa si A na magkaroon ng right to transfer the ownership over P's LAN bago dumating yung date of delivery. Okay, so in this case, itong pangalawang example po natin, okay, hindi po siya 100% pasok sa example natin under unauthorized contract. Okay, so baka kasi common misconception is ito, yung kapag binenta niya in his own name. Okay, binenta niya in his own name. Ang tinutukoy po dun sa Article 1403 ay kapag binenta niya in the name of his principal. Okay? Pero unauthorized siya. Okay? So, that will result to unenforceable contract. So, sana hindi kayo malito doon. So, inuulit ko, yung first example natin, okay, itong A representing himself as agent, ito po yung example ng unauthorized contract that will result to an unenforceable contract. Pero yung pangalawang example natin yan, medyo medyo hindi siya 100% pasok dyan kasi may kumbaga yung provisions ng contract of sale ang parang kumbaga magiging applicable dito. Okay? So next, another example para mas malinawan tayo. Another example, A, agent of P, sold P's LAN to B in installment. A is only authorized to sell P's LAN in cash. Okay, so ganito. Yung kaninang example, ito, walang authority. Okay, walang authority para ibenta. So ano yun, parang kumbaga yung mismong pagbebenta walang authority. So therefore, this is an unauthorized contract. Sa example naman na ito, authorized siyang ibenta. Pero merong limitation yung kanyang authority. At ang ginawa niya, anong ginawa niya? In-exceed niya yung limitation na yon. In-exceed niya yung kanyang authority. Sabi nila, cash lang. Sabi ni P, cash lang ang pagbebenta natin. Pero binenta niya via installment. So this is unauthorized. Okay? Pasok pa rin ito sa unauthorized contracts. Okay? Pasok pa rin po ito. Although meron siyang authority to sell, pero in-exceed niya yung kanyang authority, so this is still considered unauthorized contract. that will eventually lead to an unenforceable contract. So by the way, inuulit ko, ang contract dito sa example na to ay between, baka kasi malito kayo, akala nyo between A and B, pero mali po yun dahil si A ay agent lang ni P. So the contract is between P and B. So the contract between P and B in this case is unenforceable. Okay? So inulit ko, unenforceable. Okay? Because in-exceed ni A yung kanyang authority. Okay? So sana nalinawan kayo doon. Next, okay. Ano naman ang exemption when it comes to this one, unauthorized contract? So A, representing himself as agent of B, sold B's land to B. Okay, so ang exemption po niyan ay kapag ni-ratify ng principal. Okay, pag sinabi nating ni-ratify, although initially hindi niya inauthorize na ibenta, pero biglang si A nakahanap ng buyer, binenta niya without authority from A, binenta niya, ang nangyari is medyo maganda yung naging negotiation nila at medyo maganda yung price ng napagbentahan niya. So eventually si P naman, total maganda naman yung price, although hindi niya initially inauthorize si A, ang ginawa niya na lang is ni-ratify niya yung sale. So ang nangyayari dito is hindi na siya unenforceable. Perfectly valid na po ang contract natin once na na-ratify. Okay, so inuulit ko, kapag na-ratify ang isang unenforceable contract, magiging perfectly valid na siya. Actually, that is applicable to all other defective contracts except void contracts kasi hindi naman pwedeng ma-ratify ang void contracts. So next. Okay, so next, ito yung pangalawang tawag dito, situation wherein it will result to an enforceable contract. So both parties are incapacitated. So this, tignan natin itong example natin. A minor, sold his bicycle to B. Also a minor. So para silang minor. So therefore, this is unenforceable. Okay? This is unenforceable. What is the exemption? The exemption is if the guardians of both A and B ratified the contract. So, kapag niratify nila, sabi nila, nalaman nila, ba't mo binenta? Okay, ba't ka bumili ng bike? Saan mo nakuha ang pera? Kinupit mo ata, parang gano'n. Okay, so, pero, despite that, despite knowing that, ang nangyari is, okay lang sa kanila. Parang kumbaga, sige, total, nandyan na yung bike. Sige, gamitin mo na. Tapos ito naman yung yung nagbenta ng kanyang bike is, amin na yung pera. Pambili ko ng school supplies, parang gano'n. So, in that case, that the contract between A and B is ratified by the guardians. Okay? So, in that case, perfectly valid na po yung contract between A and B. It's no longer unenforceable. Okay? So next, punta tayo sa last. Okay? Last, tawag dito? Last scenario or last situation kung paano maging unenforceable ang isang contract. So kapag itong mga transaction na to, kapag yung contract natin ay nagpo-fall under the statute of frauds. Okay? Statute of frauds. At ito ay nag-enter ka sa mga transaction na ito orally only, verbally. Okay? Verbally. So sabi kasi ng statute of frauds, itong mga contract na to, dapat in writing siya, at least in writing, para maging enforceable. Okay? Kasi kung hindi siya in writing, anong mangyayari? Magiging unenforceable siya. So inulit ko, itong pitong to, okay, itong pitong nakasulat dito, dapat in writing siya para maging valid and enforceable. So kapag hindi siya in writing, ang mangyayari is magiging unenforceable siya. So inahin natin. So tingnan natin, di ba? Kung mapapansin nyo, medyo may mga item na medyo hindi natin maintindihan kung ano nga ba yan without an example. So syempre magbibigay tayo ng example sa mga yan. Pero may mga item din na medyo ito na mismo yung example, di ba? So, pag titignan nyo yung number 4, number 5, di ba? So, very, tawag dito, very, siguro pwede nating, kumbaga, as is, di ba? As is. So, kapag nagbebenta tayo ng personal property which has a price of 500 pesos or more, dapat in writing siya. Okay? Kasi kung hindi siya in writing, ang mangyayari is unenforceable yung contract of sale po natin. Ganon din sa number 5, lease of real property for more than 1 year. Okay? So, sana medyo mag-ingat-ingat tayo dito sa mga amounts na to, sa mga period na ito. Kasi, medyo nakakalito yan pag bigla na kayo magsasagot, di ba? So, inuulit ko, pag sale of personal property at ang price niya ay 500 pesos or more, so pag saktong 500, kailangan in writing na siya. Okay? So, ayan. And number 7, medyo rin to. Okay din. Sale of real property. So, this time, unlike the sale of personal property, regardless of price ito, kahit na less than 500 pa yan. Okay? Kailangan in writing na yan kasi real property ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. Ano ba yung mga example ng real property? O, nandyan, land, building, di ba, house, etc. Okay? So, yan yung mga real property po natin. Okay? So, regardless of price po yan, kailangan in writing siya. Okay? Para maging valid and enforceable. So, kapag orally lang yan, magiging unenforceable contract po yan. Okay? So, tingnan natin yung mga ibang items para mas maintindihan natin. Okay, before that pala, meron tayong exemption sa statute of frauds. Okay? Ang exemption po yan ay kapag yung contract po natin ay partially executed na. Okay? Partially executed. Ibig sabihin kapag meron ng nagawa. Okay? Meron ng medyo na-consummate na yung ating what do you call this, yung contract po natin. Okay, so for example, balikan natin itong mga example natin dito sa statute of frauds. Okay, yung sale of personal property for more 500 pesos or more. Okay, let's say si A seller, si B buyer. Okay, so binenta, pwede bang magkaroon ng contract of sale nang wala pang nagagawa? Let's say, wala pang nagbayad, wala pang nag-deliver nung binibenta. Pwede ba yun? Pwede bang magkaroon ng contract of sale? Napa-perfect ba ang contract of sale without doing those obligation? Actually, yes. Kasi a contract of sale is consensual. So, as long as nagkaroon kayo ng meeting of minds, perfected na po yung contract of sale natin. So, you don't need to, a contract of sale doesn't need to na magkaroon ng payment of price or the delivery of the object before siya ma-perfect kasi it's merely consensual. Okay? So, ayan. Let's say, nagkaroon ng contract of sale between S and B, seller and buyer. Pero, wala pang nagagawa. So, mag-a-apply pang statute of frauds dito. Mag-a-apply pa po siya. Okay? Mag-a-apply pa siya. Ibig sabihin, later on, okay? Later on, kapag sasabihin ni S, B, bayad mo. Pwedeng tumanggi si B. The answer is yes. Pwede siyang tumanggi. Bakit? Anong reason? Kasi unenforceable yung contract. Bakit unenforceable? Kasi pasok siya under statute of frauds at hindi siya in writing, verbal lang yung sale. Okay? So yun. At yung price niya is more than 500 pesos or more. 'Di ba? So yun ang mangyayari doon. Okay? Yun ang mangyayari doon. Pero as an exemption, ganito. Okay? Exemption natin ganito. Partially executed contract. Okay? Partially executed contract. So what if doon sa example natin, nakapagbigay na ng down payment si B, let's say kahit piso na down payment from the 500 pesos na price, okay, nung binebenta ni S. Nagkaroon na ng down payment. Okay? So, ano na ang status ng contract natin? The answer is, our contract is now perfectly valid. Bakit hindi na pwedeng mag-apply si statute of fraud? Bakit? Bakit hindi na pwedeng mag-apply? Kasi exemption nga. Okay, nasa exemption nga. Hindi na mag-apply si statute of fraud kapag partially executed na yung contract natin, which is yung binanggit ko, o partially nagbigay na ng down payment, di ba? Nagbigay na ng down payment, or let's say sabihin natin binayaran niya ng buo or nagbigay ng down payment, it doesn't matter. Meron ng maliit na nagawa dun sa contract. Partially executed na yung contract, so hindi na mag-apply si statute of frauds. Ganon din, vice versa, kapag let's say hindi bayad ang pinag-usapan na natin. Let's say, na-deliver na pero hindi pa nagbabayad, okay? So, partially executed pa rin yung contract natin and therefore, hindi na mag-apply si statute of fraud. So, that is already a valid contract kapag partially executed na siya. Okay? Hindi pwedeng sabihin ni B, unenforceable yung contract natin so hindi ko babayaran. Na-deliver na nga sa kanya, di ba? Na-deliver na sa kanya, so unfair naman. So, yun. Yun yung reason doon kung bakit kapag partially executed na. So, unfair naman, di ba? Bigla niya sasabihin, hindi ko gustong mag-go through dito sa contract natin dahil under siya ng statute of frauds. Yung price niyan ay 500 pesos or more and hindi siya in writing, wala kang katibayan. Verbal lang yung naging transaction natin. So, ayun. Hindi pwedeng maging reason yun kasi yun nga, partially executed na yung contract, hindi na mag-a-apply si statute of frauds. Okay? So, yun yung exemption. Okay, so ayan, isa-isahin natin. Ito yung number 1, contracts not to be performed within a year. So, X and Y verbally agreed to form a partnership. Okay, to form a partnership. To form a partnership after 13 months. Okay, so verbally, nandiyan yung word na verbally. Okay. So let's say, dumating yung 13 months na yan. Naglaps na yung 13 months na yan. So sabi ni Y, alika na, buuin na natin yung partnership. Biglang sabi ni X, hindi, ayaw ko na. So, justified ba yung under the law, justified ba yung pagtanggi ni X? The answer is yes, justified kasi hindi enforceable yung contract dito. Okay? Hindi enforceable to. Bakit? Kasi verbally lang. Okay? At pasok siya sa statute of frauds which is yung number 1. Ano yun? Contracts not to be performed within a year. Okay? Di ba? Mapaperform lang siya hindi within a year. 13 months. After 13 months pa. So, in this case, unenforceable na to. Kasi verbal siyang pinasukan. So, dapat may kasulatan pag mga ganito klaseng kontrata. Next, a special promise to answer for the death, default, or miscarriage of another. Okay, so perfect example is guarantee, a contract of guarantee. So, D is indebted to C, G orally guaranteed this debt. So, ganito. Ano ba ang ginagawa ng guarantor? So, basically, si G ang guarantor dito. Anong ginagawa ng guarantor? Kapag hindi makabayad si debtor, okay, sinong debtor dito? Si D. Si creditor, pwede siyang pumunta kay guarantor. Pero in this case, hindi po. Okay? Hindi na po. Bakit? Kasi unenforceable yung contract of guarantee. Why? Because it was only entered orally. Okay, dapat in writing ang contract of guarantee para mahabol ka. So ayan, kapag ginarantihan lang verbally, walang effect po yun. Unenforceable contract po yun. Okay, so dapat kapag nag-guarantee, dapat in writing. Okay? Next, agreement in consideration of marriage. Okay, so agreement in consideration of marriage, ito. Z orally obliged himself to give Y a piece of land if Y marries his daughter X. So, si X, anak ni Z. At sabi ni Z, kapag pinakasalan mo ang anak ko, bibigyan kita ng lupa. Okay? So, that is an agreement in consideration of marriage. Okay. However, pinakasalan nga ni Y, si X. However, nung sabi ni Y, asan na po yung lupa ko? Biglang ayaw ibigay ni Z. Okay, so justified ba yung refusal niya na hindi mag-comply with that obligation? The answer is yes, justified. Bakit? Kasi unenforceable yung contract. oral lang kasi siya. Nagfo-fall siya under the statute of frauds, di ba? So, dapat yung mga ganitong klaseng agreement must be in writing para ma-enforce mo, ma-enforce, di ba? Okay? So next, so ito yung example natin kanina, sale of personal properties. So, tatandaan nyo lang, dapat 500 pesos or more. Pero tatandaan natin yung yung exemption sa mga statute of frauds, yung di ba? Kapag partially executed na. So sana hindi tayo magkamali doon. Lease of real property for more than 1 year. So this must be in writing in order to be enforceable. Okay? What if lease of personal property? So it doesn't matter kung ilang years mo siya ililiss. Kahit na verbal pa yan, okay lang. So hindi siya pasok sa statute of frauds natin. So kapag lease of personal property, valid na yun regardless of form. Next, a representation as to the person or as to the credit of a third person. Okay, so tingnan natin. So A, an insolvent person, is in need of cash. So A asks B for help. So matulungin si B. So B represented A as having good credit to C. Anong ginawa ni C? Who extends a loan to A because of B's representation. So nagtiwala siya dun sa representation. So ayan nga. Hulaan nyo, anong mangyayari later on? Siyempre, hindi makakasingil si C kasi insolvent si A. Okay? Tapos binigyan niya, winaldas ulit yung pera. Ano nangyayari? Hindi makakasingil si C. Okay. Ang tanong, meron bang right of action si C against B? Okay. Kasi si B yung nagrepresent ng credit. Meron ba siyang right of action against kay B? Okay. May nabuo bang contract of parang yung representation between C and B? The answer is yes, may nabuo, pero enforceable ba? The answer is no, hindi siya enforceable. Bakit? Kasi okay, oral. Okay, may nabanggit ba dito? Parang wala akong nalagay pala. Okay, wala akong nalagay. Okay. So assuming nilagay natin dito na ang tawag dito, assuming nilagay natin dito na yung representation ay oral lang, okay, assuming, kapag oral lang yung representation, ginawa niya orally, sinabi niya lang na, ito, yan, kailangan niya ng pera, pero, hindi pala pero, kailangan niya ng pera, and meron siyang magandang, good credit standing, parang ganun. So, yung representation na yon oral lang kapag sinabi lang, di ba? Kapag hindi in writing. So, dapat in writing to para si C may habol kay B. Once na yun nga, biglang, bakit? Sabi mo, maganda yung reputation niya, maganda yung credit niya, pinautang ko, yun pala, insolvent na siya, bago ko palang pautangin. Okay, so ayan. Okay, so inulit ko, ma-enforce lang ni C from B. Okay? Makakapag-enforce lang siya ng liability from B kapag in writing. Okay? In writing yung ating representation. So, tatandaan nyo po yun. Okay? So, and last, ito nga, sale of real property. However, ito, nabanggit ito sa Article 1358. Okay? At nilink niya ito sa Article 1403, which is, ito nga, pinag-uusapan natin. Yung mga reasons kung bakit nagiging unenforceable ang isang contract, including the statute of frauds, di ba? Okay, so ito nga, originally nabanggit siya sa Article 1358. So kapag sale of real property, that is unenforceable. So kapag nagbenta ka ng lupa, nagbenta ka ng building, nagbenta ka ng bahay, tapos hindi siya in writing, ang mangyayari is, yun nga, unenforceable yung contract po natin. Pero, tandaan nyo yung exemption, inuulit ko. Maraming nagkakamali dito. Kapag partially executed na ang isang contract, hindi na mag-a-apply ang statute of frauds. Tatandaan nyo po yun. Okay? Another na pagkakamali, akala nila yung partially executed contract na rule ay nag-a-apply din when it comes to, what do you call this? When it comes to, kapag both parties are incapacitated. Tapos, yung isa pa, yung unauthorized contract. Hindi nag-a-apply dun yun. Nag-a-apply lang yung exemption na yun under yung mga unenforceable contracts natin under the statute of frauds. Okay? So, tatandaan po natin yan. Okay? So, dito muna tayo magtatapos when it comes to the unenforceable contract po natin. Okay? So, coming up next will be the void contracts. So, mali yung hindi natin na-edit na naman. Okay? So, coming up next will be void contracts. So, see you and goodbye.